Well, I guess, generally after a Sussex game, there's a couple of journalists, there's a mob of people here today. I guess it tells just sort of how big the Ashes is and everyone looking forward to cricket.
Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it? I think to have all the national journalists here bigging up the Ashes, it's only good for the game. Obviously, you got myself, Smith, Pujara all playing. The Aussies have got India first, so yeah, it's good to have them all here and sort of talk up the big summer.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about Sussex because that's the important thing for us. Just tell us about, today and yourself coming into the side. I know you played against Yorkshire. How do you feel you're performing and your fitness levels, etc.?
Yeah, so Yorkshire I felt sort of a bit underdone really, but I needed to play just to get that feeling of playing again, fielding again, time on feet all day. Then had a week off, week training, felt really good. Obviously started well here as well, so it's just getting that momentum of playing again. I think you have to try and, for myself, knowing my body now, I just got to try and keep bowling. Obviously I've got 3 more Sussex games, 2 more after this, and then the Ireland game as well, so try and play all of those, get as many overs in as possible and peak for the Ashes hopefully. Yeah,
and you said your hope pre-season, you said you wanted to play as much as possible. Has it been a bit frustrating when you can't play?
Yeah, a little bit, but at the same time I think you have to listen to your body sometimes, don't you? And I didn't want to peak too early, and England have been really good about that as well. They've sort of said the same thing, like let's make sure you're not peaking now, that peak from the first Test match. So it's just sort of knowing my body and knowing what's coming up. Obviously we're all still learning as much, even though I play quite a lot of cricket now, still learning about how to go about it. So it's probably the biggest series of my career, and got to sort of take it with caution, I suppose.
Good start to the season for Sussex. That win against Durham looks really good now, Ollie, considering how Durham has started the season.
Yeah, it was a great win, wasn't it? I think you can see from last year how much the boys have come on. Obviously we were a young team anyway, but they've all come on that extra year now. They're all a year older, and I think batting and bowling looks so much better. I think the young bowlers are taking wickets all the time, and the young batters just get more and more solid every time they bat. So obviously having Smith and Pujara is going to help them with that as well. So no, we're looking good this year. I feel like if we can get a win here, obviously there's a bit of weather around, but hopefully the weather stays away, we can pile on some runs and then bowl them out again.
And Tom Haynes said pre-season, he said, we are a young side, but kind of, the excuses have to stop about being young players. Is that right, Ollie?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I played for Sussex when I was 19, and I don't remember being allowed any excuses back then when McGoffin, CJ and Shazad were playing. So I think the team that we've had allowed them to obviously make excuses, but now getting a bit more experience and having sort of the likes of Haynes go on England tours just shows that there shouldn't be any excuses, and they're not actually that far away from being really good cricketers. So obviously Paul Farbrace coming in as well has helped a lot. He's worked with a lot of cricketers, a lot of youngsters, so he's probably pushed them forward and maybe been a bit harsher on them than previous coaches.
And sometimes is that what you need sometimes, Ollie? As a pro, you need someone to say, actually, that's not quite good enough, or or being direct with players.
I think so. It's obviously a professional sport at the end of the day, isn't it? You can't just rock up and act like a rock star for 4 days and not take any wickets. So yeah, at some point you have to change that mentality and change your attitude towards it. And I feel like the young lads at Sussex have done that this winter and so far this season.
I haven't asked you about Steve Smith. I'll have to do that. He said you got him out in the nets the other day.
Yeah, I don't know if he's left it on purpose or not. We haven't worked that one out yet. No, I've bowled him twice now, but I said over there, I just enjoy bowling against good batters. It ups my game, it ups my skill level. It can only be good for both of us, really. So, yeah, it's going to continue, I think.